Am I live? Am I not live? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Okay, I think we're live. Hello, welcome to Tuesday training. All right, I have like 16 things happening all at the same time, but I am going to focus for you. Um, and give me if I don't see the comments as we go along, because as we know, Facebook likes to be funny when you go live. So if I don't, or if I miss your comment or question, I will go back, I promise. All right, for those of you watching the replay, hello. All right, it is Tuesday, which means another training topic. And today I wanted to talk about something because my focus right now in this season is trying to bring things back to basics for everybody. So whether or not you are brand new, whether or not you've been doing this for a minute, whether or not you're like me and it's like over 10 years and you're like, what in the world? This seems ridiculous. I don't know. But maybe it's something that you did not know about. Did you know? Did you know that as consultants, we do not get a discount? You probably already knew that, right? Probably already did. But here's the thing. I want to show you guys today how you can set things up in your business, work smarter, not harder, and be able to get the Scentsy that you want and not pay retail price. Is anybody in on that? Anybody in? Okay. All right. I'm just going to assume that everybody has their hands up in the air like the just don't care. Hey, Shannon, look at me seeing a comment. All right. That's fantastic. Um, so, how we do this, here's the thing. You may have heard this phrase before or seen it or what have you. Some people like to call it a running party, an open party. I don't really know what other people call it. I like to call it like a rolling party because for me, that's the thing that like really clicks for me. It's a rolling party. So what does that look like? That looks like me setting up a party in my workstation, right? So you go to your orders tab, you click create party, right? And that is when I am creating a party that literally has no host. All right. So this is what I do, not only when it comes to sponsoring, but for getting the Scentsy I want at not paying retail. Okay. So set up a party. This can be whatever you want to call it. A lot of people overthink this. Don't think that it has to be something like catchy, and that's how people are going to be ordering, like because it's a catchy name, people are going to be like, oh, now I want to buy. That's not it. That's not it. We know that, right? So don't overthink this concept, friends. Don't overthink it. The way that I normally set mine up, if I have a party host, it's their name, first and last. Boom, pretty easy, right? Because then they can tell their friends. They don't have to remember what the funny little saying was, right? They can just say, hey, look for my name, select that, and then you'll be shopping in my party. Hopefully they know their friend's name. Okay. Okay. So I keep that pretty simple. The other parties that I have open on my workstation are my rolling parties. So right now, if you were to pull up my workstation, which I'm actually uploading my new iPhone 14, whoa, whoa. So I can't look on the phone, but I will tell you that if you were to look on my website right now, my personal website, PWS, that it would say new customers order here. I've got one that says repeat customers order here. I think I have one that also says September orders here. But you get the idea, right? Those that do not have a name, those are what are my rolling parties. Those are parties that when I have a order that somebody wants to place through me, right? Like we've got our LTO, we have our Black Panther and our NHL coming out on Thursday this week. If I take any pre-orders for that, or if I go ahead and okay. Or when I go ahead and place that order for my customer because they're at work and they don't have time, right? I can go into my workstation and I can click, I can choose attach to a current party, right? So I'm going to be picking one of those rolling parties, unless it's specifically for one of my hosts. So that's what I'm going to select. You could do the same thing on your PWS, right? If you were going in through it, or you can direct your customers, right? If they're not shopping for a particular party, then like I said, for me, I find the most success in new customers order here or Repeat customers order here. I don't even have to tell my customers. They can just look at that title and go, oh, well, I'm a repeat customer, so I guess I should order here, right? Or, oh, I'm a new customer. I should probably order here, right? And they're going to select those parties, okay? What that is doing, not necessarily something that is directly going to impact them at the moment. They're just literally attaching it to a party I have open. But what it does for me on the back end is I have the ability to use this in a handful of ways, right? We know that when we have a party that hits 200 in PRV or more, we unlock the host exclusive starter kit. I hope everybody's saying, yeah, I knew that. If you're saying, I didn't know that, I don't know what you're talking about, go to your workstation, click on training, and you can type in kit, or you can look at new consultants, or you can look at sponsoring, all of those things, and it will walk you through, okay? I've got videos on it as well. I know that there's other videos on YouTube if you're a YouTuber. So if you want to look that way, you can. But that's what's unlocking that host exclusive kit. That brings me to the opportunity of reaching out to the people who I have had conversations with and saying, hey, guess what? I have a party that I'm getting ready to close, which means I have a kit available at a discounted price. It's only, and I'm talking US dollars, it's only $59. I know you had talked about how you were thinking about joining Scentsy, and I wanted you to be the first one that I offered this opportunity to. Would you like this kit? And that's how I approach it, okay? Here's the thing. You can, on a host exclusive kit, if you don't have a host, in this particular case, right? Maybe I'm right at a $200 party. I've reached out to Sally, and Sally says, oh, yeah, I am interested in joining. $59 though, I just don't know if I can do it right now. Here's how I can answer that, right? Because with the host exclusive kit, what you can do is you can actually apply the product credit of the party towards that kit price. Doesn't touch the host half price rewards, but it does take the product credit. So in this case, on a 200 PRV party, that would give me $20 in product credit. I could apply the product credit to the $59 kit. That would make the kit only $39. So what I would do is I would reach back out to Sally or answer her back, and I would say, here's the deal. I totally understand. I've been there myself. The lowest that I can do right now is $39. Would that work for you? And then I see what her answer is. Maybe that is a price point that she's more comfortable with, or she's like, no, that would be great, right? Awesome. Then you're going to go through the steps. You're going to set that up. If she were to come back, and maybe this is somebody who I've been talking to for a while, right? And they come back and they say, oh, yeah, Jacqui, I appreciate that, but even $39 right now is just not it. But I really want to join. I really need this income, or I want to do this, blah, 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 right? Okay, no problem. I'm going to keep you on my kit list. I'm going to keep this host exclusive kit open for you because I'm going to try and get it to where you don't have to spend any money out of pocket. Okay. So we're going to work on this. Now, if you have anyone who needs to order some Scentsy right now or would like to start spreading the word about Scentsy, let's encourage them to use this link, right? And I would share the link with her and then be able to hopefully get that up to a $500 PRV party, right? Because a $59 minus the product credit, that would be $59 in product credit, or actually for a $500 would be a little bit more. Anyway, either way, it would bring that host exclusive kit price down using the product credit to a goose egg. Okay. So when I do that, then I can reach back out to Sally and say, okay, guess what? We've done it. We've reached the point to where you needed to be to join. So now we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to follow those steps. We're going to close that party. Boom. Now, with doing that, with using the product credit, like I said, you still have the half price host rewards. On a $500 party, that gives you 3 half price rewards plus a perpetual party reward. So if you don't have a host, okay, that's giving you 4 half price items. We as consultants, okay, we do not get a discount on products. We pay retail price unless it's a scent or warmer of the month kit or, whatever. We have some other consultant exclusive happening. That's like the main one I can only think of though. Um, and so in that respect, I would be able to turn around and say, oh my gosh, I've had my eye on that fall fairy tail warmer, the pumpkin warmer, right? Which I did, which I got, and it's amazing. But, right, so then I would be able to say, oh my gosh, now I can get it half price, right? I don't have to pay retail. Oh, it's amazing. Not only that, but as a consultant, right, if I'm going to use that in any of my marketing pictures, or if I'm going to take that if I'm doing a home show or an event or something like that, right, that becomes a tax write-off because it is now a marketable item. I'm using that for marketing, or I'm using it at events or a home party, things like that. This is a to show warmer, right? That's fantastic. So not only am I not paying full price, I'm also able to use that come tax season. Now, I am not a tax professional. Please consult yours. Insert all the small print there. Okay. All right. But you see my point. So when you have these rolling parties, okay, the very first thing that I want you to do is get those parties to 200. Once it hits the 200 mark, you should be reaching out to people who you have had conversations with or who have told you, I've thought about doing that Scentsy thing that you do, but I don't know if the timing's right, or it's just not for me right now. Those are the people, again, that I keep on my kit list, right? So I'm always trying to reach out to them. Now, what I personally do, unless I have really built a relationship with this person, is I keep those host exclusives at a straight $59. $59 to join. That is for the host exclusive kit. Now, it's already a discount, right? It's already a discount coming down from 99. Again, I know I'm talking all in US, but for my Canadian friends and team members, you guys understand, right? So I can go from that price point down to the $59 price point. Will they lose a few things? Sure. But in the big scheme of things, building a business is going to bring them more income rather than maybe getting another package of stickers or whatever it is in the kit, right? Let's be real. Let's be real. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I'm here offering someone an opportunity for a business to help them help themselves, their family members, paying off debt, whatever it is that they want to work their business for, right? That's the payoff at the end. That's what I'm really aiming for. So for me, I offer it at a $59 price point because I have done the work, and those are all my customers that I'm having order through that party, right? And I myself am a fragrance fanatic, and I honestly love my Scentsy. I also honestly don't like to pay full price. Now, on those licensed products, I don't have a choice, right? I got to pay full price for those. We know that by now. You cannot use host rewards. You can't use the half price rewards on licensed products or a charitable cause. Okay, so there's a few little stipulations, but outside of those, I don't like to pay retail unless I absolutely have to. Why? Because for one, I'm using it. I'm using the Scentsy I have in my house, right? I'm using the warmers. I'm using the Scentsy soap. Maybe I'm getting it to be able to make samples with, right? And I don't have the extra money to pay out of pocket for it. So I want to be able to utilize that product credit and the host rewards on one of those rolling parties to get me the things I need to work intentionally in my business. So this is why I also recommend having more than one going at a time. Usually I run at least 3, if not 4, at a time on my PWS. And that's simply because I want to be able to have opportunities for if a conversation arises in that opportunity for joining, right? I want to be able to have a kit ready to go at that discounted price. I also want to, especially when and this is honestly, at the end of the day, this is how I was able to get my personal fall items that I wanted to get for me, right? Like my fall fairy tale warmer. I keep wanting to say pumpkin, but there's no pumpkin in that. But I really, really, really wanted that, right? So I had a rolling party that I had had going for at least like 2 months. And so I had plenty of money in my rewards. I was able to get that warmer completely free. And then I still had rewards left over, right? I had some product credit. I had the half price off host rewards. I had the perpetual reward, right? So I was able to get like my Scentsy soak. I was able to go ahead and get some of the new bars. I was able to get, I think I got some items in the body care line, the Vanilla Waves. Oh, it's amazing, by the way. If you haven't smelled it, it's amazing in the body line. So that's how I'm able to get the Scentsy that I love without paying retail as a consultant, okay, is by having those rolling parties. Like I said, I recommend having more than one, and you may have one on there that literally nobody attaches to, right? And it's going to happen. That's fine. But here's the other thing. You can keep a party open for 90 days on your workstation, okay? So for 90 days, you've got 3 months to be either adding individual orders to it or telling customers if they don't have a host, hey, when you jump on my website and you're ready to order that Black Panther warmer, or you're ready to order your fall stuff or your holiday stuff, right? Don't forget to select a party when you're on there. And now again, the way that I word mine, my customers pretty much know, right? Even if they're a new customer, where it says new customers order here, they kind of already understand. I don't have to go through all the thing of explaining it. So if you want to name yours something completely different, then by all means do so. But you may have to nudge your customers and be like, hey, when you're placing that order, make sure to put it on the September orders or the October warmers or whatever, right? That party. And then that way you can make sure that that party is getting traction. Whenever we have a pre-order, right? Or I'm doing personally a pre-order, right? For our release this week, we've got Black Panther and we've got the NHL. Now, I can't use host rewards items on there, but I can, when I'm placing those pre-orders, attach them to a party I've already created. Okay. You do that in the very first thing when you click on orders and you put the customer's name in that says, would you like to attach to a party? Yes, I would, please. And then I select whichever party it is, right? And normally for me, like I said, I at least always have 3, if not 4. And so I'm looking for to see which one has the less, right? Which one needs the most right now to get it up at least to that 200 mark. Because once I hit 200 is when I start reaching out to those people who want the opportunity. But it's also that point to where if it doesn't pan out and nobody is interested in that opportunity this month, then I know, is there anything I need, or do I need to just hold on to this till next month, right? And then go ahead and get the things that I need for my business. When it comes to my business, you guys, you probably have seen my Happy Mail, right? But for the most part, I really am trying to be more inexpensive when it comes to actually shipping out Happy Mail. So that looks like, in my world, it looks like sending out more scent circles. So every single time that I'm closing one of those parties and I'm using the host rewards, whether it's product credit or whether it's half price, I am always getting 6 packs of scent circles because I know I'm going to be sending them out, right? They're either thank yous or happy mail, or maybe it's to a new team member, right? Or maybe it's the lady at the checkout line that just gave me the most amazing service, right? Whatever it was, I like to have those on hand. So those are the things that I normally will always do. I do the same thing with light bulbs. Light bulbs I always want to have on hand because my local customers probably need them or I probably need them, right? So I always want to make sure that I've got bulbs on hand. And then is when I'm going to come into more of the want category, right? Or maybe you could look at it like a need, right? Right now we do have the fall 3-pack bar collection, right? So maybe I want to get some samples out, but I just don't have the extra money to buy the set to get that, to be able to get samples out. This is where that rolling party comes in so nicely because I can use the host rewards on one of those rolling parties to get the things I need to create samples to go out the door. And then I am literally only out the one stamp or whatever it is to get that mail out. I didn't have to pay full price to get those products to be able to do those for samples. So having a rolling party on your workstation, if you are working this as a business right now, I want you to make this an essential thing. Okay. Make it something that you just start doing. And at least try and have two going, because you may come to the point to where you're ready to use it and you don't have anybody who's interested in joining. So now you've got that. But then next week, you may have somebody that comes to you and says, hey, I've thought about joining Scentsy. I see your post. Now I'm interested. And you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't closed out that party. That's why I have more than one. Okay. And I'm working on getting those to at least the minimum of 200, if not to that 500 price point. So that way, if I come into the situation of having somebody who really could benefit from getting that zero out of pocket kit, right? That's the person I'm gonna preach that to, right? That's the person I'm gonna offer that opportunity to. So that is why it is so important. And for us as consultants, yes, like I said, we don't get discounts. Now, while some of you may be sitting there going, well, that sucks. To me, honestly, here's the thing. Even if I pay full price for something that I want, right? Not that I need, because Lord knows, Jacqui doesn't necessarily need another warmer in her home, okay? But maybe it's something I just want. As a consultant, I like being able to have the opportunity to not have to pay retail. So essentially, what I'm doing is I'm hosting my own parties. That's really what it looks like at the end of the day. And as a consultant, that is me working smarter, not harder. Because now I have a warmer, if that's what I'm getting, right? Or the bars, or the scent soak, or the whatever, right? To make samples. So when that person reaches out and says, oh my gosh, that new Harry Potter scent, I've heard about it, but I'd really like to try it. Hey, I've got a bar on hand. I'd be more than happy to send you a sample in the mail. No problem, right? I then have those things to be able to send out to my customers to get the scent under noses. That's the most important thing, right? It is. It is, because you guys have heard the saying, I know you have, that it's the scent that sells, and that is so true. Here at Scentsy, we are all about fragrance. We're all about fragrance. I just did my bedding yesterday and I used Fluffy Fleece. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to lie, sleeping in the sheets and the comforter and the pillowcase that was all scented with the fluffy fleece. I felt like I was in the middle of like a laundry commercial. Like I just wanted to curl up. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. And now what I'm able to do is really recommend that to my customers, right? Because I've tried it, I've tested it out, and now I can say, oh my goodness, if you really want to get some good sleep and you want to snuggle into a bed that just smells refreshing and feels amazing, because that Scent Soft works wonders, okay? Then that is what I'm telling my customers. You can guarantee it. And that also helps me in my social media marketing, right? I did a reel yesterday on my fluffy fleece and how I was using that in doing my laundry. Seems simple, but in the world of social media marketing, we want to be sharing and showing how we're using Scentsy in our everyday life. So whether that's changing the wax, whether that's changing out the pods, whether that's putting in a new scent circle in the car, all of those things should be things that you are doing and you are sharing. Okay? We are sharing. We are not necessarily, I know we're selling because that's kind of our job, right? But at the end of the day, I want to be as authentic as I can. Because let me tell you, if I had done all my sheets in fluffy fleece and for whatever reason I was like, ew, you can guarantee that when my customers say, hey, I was wanting to try out the laundry care line, what scent should I get? If I didn't like it, I can guarantee you that I would be telling my customer, okay, here's the thing. Unless you really love lavender or love, I don't even remember what's in the description of fluffy fleece. But if you really don't like that scent, then you definitely don't want fluffy fleece and you definitely don't want XYZ, right? You probably would like Scentsy Clean or Clothesline. That would be amazing. It smells like fresh laundry, right? So you want to be able to be the expert on fragrance, because who do your customers look towards to be the customer or to be the experienced person when it comes to what to get with Scentsy? You. It's you, my friends. It's you. You're the one that they're looking towards to say, hey, is that scent amazing? I saw somebody post about that velvet moon. How do you like it? If you're not getting it, and maybe that's because, again, remember, even as Orville always tells us, right? Don't spend family money on Scentsy. You don't have the money to spend on the Scentsy, then you need to have rolling parties open. So that way you'll have the host rewards to be able to get the products, to talk about them and share those unique experiences. That's what we need to be doing as consultants. Get it back to the basics, friends. Bring it back. Host your own parties. You can, and when I talk about stuff like that, I do the same thing whenever I host my own open house, right? I always say, if I can't find a host, I'll be my own. If nobody wants to host for me this month, that's fine. I'll host on my own. Because who's going to hustle and get those orders in? This person right here, this person, okay? Same way it is with you. So work on opening up those rolling parties and having them there and having them going. Each month you should be making sure that you at least have one. I recommend a minimum of two, but that's, again, that's me. You do you, boo. I'll do me. But that's what I recommend, okay? Because that's going to give you the most opportunities to not only have conversations with people who are interested in joining, because we unlock that host exclusive kit at a minimum 2,200 PRV, right? Or we're getting it to where we can then offer them at least that product credit to cut a little bit of that price off. Now, I will tell you right now, I don't do that for everybody. I used to in the beginning. I did it for absolutely everybody who wanted it. But I will tell you, at the end of the day, did they really even want it as a business? No. And that's okay, right? That's okay. But to me as a consultant, right? Would it have been more beneficial for me to be able to get products for me to sample out rather than have somebody join my team who has absolutely no intention of ever even placing an order? Yeah, it's much better for me to use the host rewards and get those products to get them out in front of my customers and continue building my customer reach and doing my follow-ups and all the things. That in the end is more important to me. So if somebody is really like, oh, I don't know, I'm really not that interested, I am not going to be over here trying to sell them on a $39 kit price, right? I'm not going to do it. That's not what I'm here for. But I always have the option. So I've given myself the opportunity to, again, have those conversations and also to, again, make sure that I have the most up to date in prices or in products. I need caffeine. Is there a button I can push for caffeine? I need caffeine. That's how I can make sure that I am staying up to date with what the scents are actually smelling like warmed, right? Because we can get testers all day long, right? We can order those from the Scentsy Family Store. We can get testers. That's all fine and dandy. But unless you're warming your testers, you don't really know what it smells like when it's warmed. Because let me tell you, there are scents that smell completely different when they're warmed. They just do, because we use essential oils, paraffin-based wax, right? All the different thingies that we do that makes it to where our scents smell different, cold versus warmed. I can't even count how many times where I've smelled something out of the tester and I'm like, oh, there's no way I'd be warming that. And then the next thing you know, I get it in a bar and I'm actually trying it and I am like head over heels in love. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never would have guessed, because it smells amazing when you warm it. It's fantastic. Okay. So that is Training Tuesday today, bringing it back to the basics, helping you be the best consultant that you can be. And that is utilizing that host opportunity for yourself, utilizing the opportunity to have people join your team by unlocking that host exclusive kit. And also for you as a consultant to not have to pay retail on the Scentsy that you love or that you need to use for marketing purposes. I love you all. Have a great rest of your week. Peace, love, happiness. Bye.